think about scooping the lower abdominals in and up so that we pull some of the weight back out of the hands. Now finding stillness in your down dog. So we like to make little adjustments and kind of work ourselves into the poses, but eventually try and find a spot where you can stop fidgeting with your pose and just kind of enjoy it for a few breaths. Let's use our next inhale to step right foot up in between the hands, up into our high lunge. We can really work with the breath here to deepen, getting those little micro movements. On your inhale, you get a strong lengthening out through the crown of the head to keep the spine long. On your exhale, the hips are sinking straight down toward the floor, and you're pressing your left heel back, almost like there was a wall there. Let's take our next inhale, step left foot up to meet the right, and exhale, fold over the legs, releasing into forward bend. Just check the knees, make sure that the knees aren't locked back. A little soft bend. Arms and the head are just hanging down toward the floor. Let's use our next inhale to come halfway up. Lengthen the back. Exhale, forward fold. Softening the knees. On our next inhale, we'll sweep all the way up to mountain. Sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, fold the hands into the heart. Once you're in your mountain, think about drawing the shoulders back. And then feel the grounding in your mountain pose. Checking in with the feet to make sure that you're pressing evenly through the front and back of the foot and between the inner and outer edge. You should be able to feel the pad of all 10 toes pressing into the floor. Your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan diving over the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Using your next inhale, stepping the right leg back. Coming into our high lunge on the left side. Feeling that breath work you deeper into the pose, getting that hip opening. If you're pressing back through the right leg, the right leg is actually putting a lot of effort out here. So the quadriceps are drawing up. You're drawing the kneecap up. And you're pressing that heel back into the imaginary wall. Hips start to open up, feel like they're sinking toward the floor. Take one more inhale here, reaching up through the crown of the head. On your exhale, left foot steps back into down dog. Keeping those lower abdominals drawing in, trying to pull some of the weight out of your hands. Now, nice little adjustment here in our down dog. If you feel like you can find a little more length through your spine, take an exhale, bend the knees a couple inches so you feel like the hamstrings are just completely out of that equation. And then press into the palms, reach the hips away so that the back gets as long as it can. Once you've really lengthened and straightened through the back, then you can start to work on straightening the legs. When you get to the point where you feel like the back starts to round, that's where you stop. It's going to let you know how much you should be bending your knees in your down dog. On your next inhale, let's roll forward into a high plank. One breath here, pulling the belly button back to the spine. On your exhale, I want you to scoop the lower abs in and roll back into down dog. Let's try one more time like that. fired up here. And on your exhale, swoop in and roll back. And your next exhale, you can drop the knees down, come through table. We'll inhale, shift ourselves forward, coming into a little knee down plank. And then exhale, half chaturanga, lower all the way down to the floor. Sweep the arms back along the sides of the body. On your inhale, lift the heart up off the floor, reach the fingertips back. Try to keep your gaze right down at your mat so that you can maintain length through the back of the neck. One more deep breath here. Lengthening on your inhale, exhale, releasing to the floor. Drawing hands underneath the shoulders. With your inhale, press into the palms, come up your table. Exhale, walk back into child's pose. In your child's pose, we're doing the opposite action with the hips from our down dog. So down dog, we're trying to roll the tailbone and the sitting bones up toward the ceiling. In our child's pose, we're trying to roll the sitting bones and the tailbone underneath, trying to round through the lower back to get that stretch through those lower back muscles. Pull forward into table. Make sure that you space the knees out hip distance apart here, so that way when we curl the tails or the toes underneath and lift the tailbone up to the ceiling to come into down dog, we have that perfect distance in between the feet. Now feeling that different position in the hips as you come back into down dog, roll the tailbone up to the ceiling, roll the sitting bones up to the ceiling. Right foot up in between the hands. And then we'll take an exhale, release the left knee, release the left toes out, and inhale, sweep up to Anjaneyana. On your exhale, that point at the bottom of the shoulder blade sinks down toward the hips. If you need to, you can always open the arms out wide, like into a nice little V, because when you come up, there's a tendency for the shoulders to kind of hike up. So open wide, roll the pinkies back. A little trick to rotate the shoulders. Pinkies are turning in towards you and back. Back. Good. On your exhale, release the arms down. We're going to take Yoga Mudra behind the back. Again, releasing the fingers and trying to press the palms together. Take a nice deep inhale. So feel that inhale up in the chest, right behind the collarbones. Shoulder blades are pulling together on the back. We're going to start a little roll through the spine on your exhale. Drop the chest down. Try to come right on the inside of that right knee. The arms float up off the back. On your inhale, lift up. Lift the heart up. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, lifting up. So just rolling front and back through the spine. Let's take one more full breath like that. Lifting up into your lunge, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release the hands on either side of the right foot. Let's curl the left toes underneath. Use your inhale to step the left foot up to meet the right. Exhale, hinge at the hips, Uttanasana. Shaking the head out, make sure that the neck is relaxed. Let's take our inhale halfway out. Now as you come halfway out, I like to tell people to keep the the eye gaze down at the floor. A lot of teachers will tell you to look up at the front of the room. If you know you have a sensitive neck, just keep the gaze down at the floor. Think about lengthening through the back of the neck. On your exhale, forward fold. With your next exhale, softening through the knees, we'll take our inhale, sweep all the way up to mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders up toward the ears and back. Sweep the arms out and up. And then exhaling, swan diving over the legs. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Coming over to the left side. Using an inhale to step the right leg back. And then your exhale drops the knee, releases the toes back. Inhale, arms sweep up to Anjane. Now, getting that nice rotation in the arms, roll your pinkies in. Widening your arms a little bit if you feel like you can drop the shoulders better. Taking one more inhale here, reaching out through the fingertips. On your exhale, arms release down. We're going to take the hands behind the back for Yoga Mudra. On your inhale, feeling the chest lift. On your exhale, shoulder blades slide down. Now starting on your exhale, dropping the heart down on the inside of the left knee. Inhale, roll up through the spine, lift the heart up. One more deep breath on this side. When you're ready, lifting back up into your Anjane lunge, sweeping the arms up. One more inhale, radiating up through the fingertips. Exhale, drop the palms down. We'll curl the right toes underneath, lift the right knee up. Use an exhale to send the left leg back into down dog. Inhale, shift the chest forward. Come into that little half plank. We'll exhale, half chaturanga down to the floor. Sweep the arms back. This time on your inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms up. If you want to add the legs in, reaching back through the toes. Making sure that your eye gaze is down at the mat so the neck is long. The shoulders here are really actively reaching down toward the hips. One more inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, releasing. Taking a full, deep, resting breath. We'll draw the hands underneath the shoulders with your inhale. Press into the palms. Keep the elbows in tight when you press yourself up, just like we do for chaturanga. On your exhale, walk back into child's pose.